Hello dear students, welcome to our biology program. In our last episode we studied hormonal coordination. Today we are going to review the first part of this lesson. Let's go. The endocrine system. In this system, we are going to study main points. First of all, the endocrine glands are ductless glands and secrete hormones directly to the bloodstream. Hormones. What is a hormone? The hormone is defined as a chemical substance synthesized and secreted by an endocrine gland and transported by the blood to another organ where it affects the function and the growth of this organ. Most of the effect of hormones are in the form of stimulation of other gland or organs. Types of glands. There are three types of glands: endocrine gland, mixed gland, and exocrine gland. The first we are going to study the endocrine system, and the first gland we are going to study it is the pituitary gland. It is considered as the master gland as it controls the functions and secretion of most of the endocrine glands. It is located beneath the brain and in connection with the hypothalamus. The gland consists of two parts. First part, adenohypophysis. It consists of the anterior and middle lobe. The second part, neurohypophysis, it consists of posterior lobe and the part of the brain called the infundibulum. If we look to the drawing here, you are going to see the two part of the pituitary gland, the first, the anterior and the posterior one, and the one which connect it with the brain, it is called the infundibulum part. After we make an overview for the first part of this chapter, we are going to examine ourselves. First question. Write the scientific term for each of the following: a chemical substance synthesized and secreted by the endocrine gland and transported by the blood to another organ. It is called what? Yes, it is hormones. The second question of write the scientific term, which is chemical substance are secreted by the tip of the coleoptile and buds of the plant. Yes, it is auxins. Third one, ductless organ that secrete their secretions directly into bloodstream. Another time, ductless organs that secrete their secretions directly into the bloodstream. It is called endocrine glands. Very good. Glands which consist of an exocrine and an endocrine part. Gland which consist of exocrine and endocrine one. Very good. It is a mixed glands. The most important gland in the human body, and it is called master gland. Master gland. Be careful. Yes, very good. Pituitary gland. A stalk connecting the pituitary gland to the brain. A stalk connecting the pituitary gland to the brain. Infundibulum. A hormone that controls the metabolism, especially protein synthesis. Also, it controls the physical growth of the body. The name of the hormone that controls the metabolism, especially protein synthesis. Also, it controls the physical growth of the body. Growth hormone or GH. If you write growth hormone, it's correct, or if you write GH, it is correct also. A disease caused by hypersecretion. Disease caused by hypersecretion of GH or growth hormone in adults, the acromegaly. A group of hormones that affects the function of gonads, gonadotrophic hormones, gonadotrophic hormones. Very good, you are good students. Question 2. The opposite figure shows the endocrine system in men. Number A, label the diagram from 1 to 8. Number B, then write the number of each of the following glands. The master gland, a gland in children only, mixed gland, a female gonads. Yes. First of all, the names or the labels. First label, number 1, it is called pituitary gland. Number 2, thyroid gland. Number 3, parathyroid gland. Number 4, thymus. Number 4, thymus. Number 5, adrenal gland or suprarenal gland. Number 6, pancreas. Number 7, ovary in females and testes in male. Question number B, then write the number of each of the following glands. The master gland, number 1, master gland. So 1, it is pituitary gland. Number 2, a gland in children only, the thymus here, number 4. On the drawing, it is number 4, the thymus. Number 3, mixed gland, a mixed gland. Number 6, it is the pancreas. Number 7, ovaries, the female gonads, they are the ovaries. And now look to this film. The exocrine gland and the endocrine gland, we found that there is a difference between both of them. The exocrine glands, they are duct gland, while the endocrine gland, they are ductless gland. Second, the exocrine gland, they secrete enzymes or they secrete some other secretions such as sweat, while endocrine gland, they secrete hormones only. Let's go to the third question. Compare between auxins and hormones. Compare between auxins and hormones. Second, compare between exocrine and endocrine glands. Compare between auxins and hormones. From the point of view in secreted where they are secreted. The auxins, they are secreted in, very good, in plants, while hormones, they are secreted in men and other living organisms. From the second point of view, secreted by what? They are auxins, they are secreted by the tips and of the coleoptiles and buds in plants, have no special, and the plants, they have no special glands. While the endocrine, the hormones, it is secreted from the endocrine glands and they are special glands. And each gland has some types of hormones which are functioning, a special function for. The second question, exocrine and the endocrine glands. We are going to compare between them. The presence of ducts. The exocrine gland have duct or a system of ducts, while the endocrine glands are ductless glands. The secretion for the exocrine glands, they secrete digestive enzymes or other secretions or as sweat. Endocrine glands, they secrete only hormone. Where there are the exocrine glands secrete its secretion, the duct carries the secretion either to a cavity inside the body as salivary or saliva, and digestive glands, or to outside the body as the sweat glands. Another time, where the exocrine glands secrete its secretion, the duct carries the secretions either to a cavity inside the body as the salivary glands and the digestive glands, or to outside the body as the sweat glands. While the endocrine glands, they secrete hormone directly to the bloodstream. The fourth question. Give reason for gigantism in children. Gigantism in children is caused due to the hypersecretion of growth hormone during childhood. The second give reason. The pituitary gland is called master gland. The pituitary gland is called master gland because pituitary gland controls the functions and the secretion of most of the endocrine glands. Very good, students. Another give reason, milk secretion from mammary gland of a lactating female. Yes, because of the secretion of prolactin hormone. Because of the secretion of prolactin hormone, which stimulates milk formation and secretion from mammary gland in the breast. Another question, uterine contractions during delivery. Yes, because of the secretion of oxytocin. Oxytocin hormone, because of the secretion of oxytocin hormone from the neurohypophysis or the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland, which affect the uterine contraction and increases it during delivery. Doctors use this hormone to accelerate the birth of a baby by stimulating strong contractions of uterine muscles. So during labor or during the delivering of babies, we need this hormone to stimulate the contraction of the muscles of the uterine in order to pull out the babies from the from the mother uterine. The fifth question, the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland is more important than the posterior lobe because the anterior lobe controls the functions and the secretion of most of the endocrine glands. Let's go to this film to know the importance of this master gland. The adenohypophysis anterior or the anterior lobe hormones are secreted from this anterior lobe. It is the thyroid stimulating hormones which stimulates that trigger the thyroid gland to secrete thyroid hormones. The adrenocorticotrophic hormone or ACTH, which affects the function of the adrenal cortex. The follicle stimulating hormone FSH, yes, stimulates sperm production, formation of seminiferous tubules and prostate gland in male. While in female, the growth of the ovarian follicle and the formation of Graafian follicle and stimulates estrogen secretion in females. The prolactin hormone stimulates formation of mammary gland and production of milk and the secretion of hormone progesterone from the corpus luteum. Luteinizing hormone or LH hormone, which stimulates the formation of corpus luteum in females, the formation and the secretion of interstitial cells in testes of males. The growth hormone targets cells in the liver, which are involved in processing food as well as stimulating cell growth and replication throughout the body. So the growth hormone here, it affects the metabolism of the protein, will help the cells and stimulate it to make a replication throughout the body. Choose from column B what suits column A and rewrite the complete statements. Fifth question, choose from column B what suits column A and rewrite the complete statement. Column A, GH, number 2, TSH, number 3, ACTH, number 4, FSH, number 5, LH. Number B or column B affects the function of the adrenal suprarenal cortex, controls metabolism, especially protein synthesis, affects the growth of the ovarian follicles and the formation of Graafian follicles in females, stimulates milk formation and secretion from mammary glands or the breast, stimulates the thyroid gland, affects the uterine contraction and increases it during delivery, regulate carbohydrates glucose metabolism in the body, stimulate the formation of corpus luteum in females. First of all, the growth hormone. Which one? Yes, number B. Controls metabolism, especially protein synthesis. TSH. Yes, number E. Stimulate the thyroid gland. Number 3, ACTH. Yes, affects the function of adrenal cortex. Number A. Number 4, FSH. Affects the growth of the ovarian follicles and the formation of Graafian follicles in females. Number 5, stimulates the formation of corpus luteum in females. Very good. Question 6. What are the characteristics of hormones? Characteristics of hormones, they are, first of all, hormones are organic substance. Some hormones are proteins, others are amino acids or steroids, lipid derivatives, or they are coming from lipids. So the hormones are organic substance, some hormones are proteins, and others are amino acids or steroids, or they are coming from fats or lipids. Second character, hormones are secreted in very small amount in micrograms. Yes, they are secreted with a very small quantities, but they affect the organs with a very great effect. So they make a great effect even if they are like traces. Hormones perform the following important functions. They keep the balance of the internal environment of the body, or the homeostasis. The body from inside, there is what we call it a homeostasis. The homeostasis, it is the chemical balance inside the body. The body, it contains many chemicals and many reactions inside it. So the hormones control all of this. It is like a maestro which guide the band. Also the hormones, they guide all of this and make everyone works with the other with a very, very correct and specific way. The second important function, it is the body growth. So by the effect of the growth hormone and other hormones, the body, it can grow or replicate the cells which are destructed during the lifetime of the body. Sexual maturity. The sexual maturity. According to the presence of luteinizing hormone and the presence of follicle stimulating hormone, they stimulate and help in the body to make during labor or during the formation of the milk formation and so on. Also there is the progesterone and estrogen hormones which help in appearing the character of the sexual characters, such as the beard for the man and the breast for the females and so on. Metabolism, or what we call it secondary sexual character. The metabolism, utilization of food, the metabolism of food inside the body, and this food, it is destructed and some inside the body or digested inside the body. Some of it is used as a source of energy for the body. Others, they are used for building up the body as protein. Others, they are used for making the hormones in order to control the body or mastering the body. This, the metabolism of the body or the utilization of the food inside the body and distribution of it. Behavior and emotional and intellectual development. Sometimes once the hormones, for example, the insulin hormone, once it is increased, we found that the person becomes very nervous. Sometimes for the adrenal gland, for example, once we are afraid, we found that the adrenal gland secrete their secretion in order to the adrenaline in order to control this emotional or help in this emotion. So the hormones are very important one for the person, and that's why we have to be careful once we make use of it. We have to keep our body healthy in order to keep the control of these endocrine glands. And now, my dear students, we reached our last point in our lesson. See you next episode.